We've been telling kids for the past 10 or 15 years, go into STEM, right? Learn to code. Like that's going to be your meal ticket. You can have a job for 30 years being a coder or an engineer. And now we have AI that can do their job. And I talked to a lot of kids who got their IT degrees in cybersecurity or different types of technology, and now they're having trouble finding a job in this market.
Will AI take your job? That was the hot button question at a September House Oversight Committee hearing on artificial intelligence. Congressman Subramanyam and Congressman Crane put witnesses on the spot, demanding answers about what AI means for American workers. See how it all went down right here.
CEOs are warning that AI will take 30% of the workforce by 2045. My questions are, how do we ensure we are sending more people to go to trade schools for these blue-collar jobs and not just allowing them to get laid off by AI?
We need to continue to invest in reskilling and upskilling, and we need to make sure that we have the resources available. At CES, we're doing AI trainings for the first time at CES 2026 for people who are in the industry and want to learn more. This is an important solution to this challenge.
Do you agree with those assessments that AI will take 30% of the workforce by 2045?
AI is going to change the workforce, but it's going to make it better. It's going to create new jobs, and it's going to augment the existing jobs. It's going to make people smarter. It's going to make them more efficient and give them tools that they never had before to do their work.
Yeah, thank you. And I'd just like to make a statement for the young generation out there watching what's going on with AI and who may be in college or maybe in high school. You know, I think one of the fields that's the least susceptible to AI taking over and eliminating your career opportunities are the trades. What advancements right now are we seeing with technology that are creating new job opportunities for Americans?
Well, we're seeing it in many areas. In healthcare, we're seeing individuals that are learning how to create autonomous healthcare monitoring systems for first-line intake that will help nurses and doctors get better information so that they can be physically with patients that they need to be with while a autonomous system is collecting information on patients. And that would be hugely helpful given the healthcare crisis we have.
Thank you.
What jobs are we going to lose in the future as well? What jobs are we going to be gained? Ms. Fabrizio mentioned this is going to create more jobs than we're losing. Do we even know right now what those jobs would be? I know it's, there's this idea of, okay, well, AI is going to displace this IT department, but it's going to replace it with AI buddies that, help fix the AI or make it better. But I look at what's actually happening, and that's not quite the reality right now. Perhaps it will be in the future, but right now what I'm seeing is, 40 people get laid off in an IT department. They're replaced with AI and like 5 people. And so I'm just curious what you think that future will look like. What jobs will be gained?
Well, every major shift, we've seen new industries and new jobs created. Think about the internet. Things, so many new industries were developed, and we see that at CES. In terms of jobs, there's AI data scientists, AI ethicists. There's new ways of building and manufacturing technology that didn't exist before, and we will continue to see more and more of that as new industries use AI and as whole new industries that we don't even know what they are yet emerge. But agriculture is one great example where we've seen new roles develop because of AI.
Dr. Turnerly.
Yes, and I would just say, and sort of looping back to the previous question as well, I think we have to be distinguishing between the loss of jobs in the blue-collar sector and the white-collar sector, right? So I think on the white-collar sector, it's been very clear that AI is going to improve the efficiencies of lawyers or paralegals who do the type of research that AI can do expeditiously. On the blue-collar side, it becomes a little bit more tricky because what we're talking about are trade jobs that are going to be lost. I'm not sure yet if a robotic plumber can come to my house and fix my toilet, but we still have to see that we're going to be running these parallel workforce opportunities. And it's important for that plumber to have the skills necessary to be able to innovate and to grow into the new economy where maybe they're not actually doing the physical labor, but they're managing schedule or they're managing invoices or they're trying to do trade service calls. I want to put that out there. I think the question that we all should have is we're going to lose collective bargaining jobs when AI comes in because it is going to replace frontline workers who essentially have had that job security as well as the the union to be able to do the work that they do. So I think we have to just look at the scan and do a better scan of what that means when we say job loss, Congressman. You're right on point, and sort of divide that out based on not only productivity, but where we're going to see the most vulnerability.
The U.S. has shifted its economy toward industries that are susceptible to AI. You mentioned law. I'm a lawyer too, and so I'm sensitive to that. But can you expound a little bit on that, as well as what should we be doing? I know Mr. Crane made some good points as well about different industries that might be more important moving forward. But I'd love to hear more about that.
It's a story of relative scarcity. So if intelligence becomes abundant, if served labor, cognitive labor becomes abundant, then what remains scarce? And it will be the heavy industry, the factories, the actual, and not just the factories, but also the know-how, the tacit knowledge that's embedded within the workforces that China has that we don't. And so, one of the reasons that we need to buy time is in part to try to rebuild some of those new sectors, in part to ensure that we don't just give away our economy.
And what would buy time, like what can we do to buy time?
Well, number one, denying China access to the most advanced AI chip.
Oh, I see. Okay, so got it. You mean like export controls and that sort of thing?
Anytime there's been serious innovation within industry, it often leads to new jobs, other fields that we don't even yet know about. Do you think that that's coherent and fair looking at what we're facing here with AI? Do you think it will be similar? Do you think AI will be a lot more disruptive for jobs and the economy than anything we've ever seen?
I think it'll be a good shift that we see. There will be disruption, but I think it'll be positive. I think it'll allow us to solve some of the biggest challenges that we have. Think in healthcare, we have a healthcare worker shortage. We have more sick patients. Think food insecurity, think farming, agriculture, energy, mobility, smart cities. I see all of these solutions at CES. I see amazing groundbreaking technologies, and I would invite you all to come to CES and see them too, and see how the future will be amazing once we continue through this shift, if we allow the U.S. to be the leader and continue to be the leader.
Do you agree with that, Mr. Hammond?
Yes, I'd add a component to this. A vital component is cybersecurity, infrastructure security, right? So it's one thing, we need these data centers in this country, first and foremost for sovereignty, right? If we're going to be running a third of the economy through these data centers, if they're going to be contributing to GDP, they should be within our borders, within our jurisdiction. But then that also creates a single point of failure, right? If the power goes out today, we're still able to have a conversation. But in the future, if the world is running on AI, that's a huge, critical piece of infrastructure that could be taken out.
For more congressional news, stay tuned to Congress Clips, and thanks for watching.